how to upload a document to the Groundwater Project OJS system. This video is going to explain how to upload a book, exercise books, a case study, or any other document into the Groundwater Project OJS system. Once you access the system, you should reach this dashboard home screen. From here, if you want to upload a file and you have your file ready, you just come here to the right-hand side and click on the New Submission button. Once you've selected New Submission, you will see at the top here that you have 4 steps plus some additional steps as well. So these 4 steps will have to be included. Next, you have to pick a section. The sections listed here are actually the domains that you will see in the vision document, which you've received by email. And you just have to click whichever domain applies to you. So for this example, we're going to start with the Introduction to Groundwater. Below, it is not necessary to add comments to the editor, but if you would like to, you can go ahead and add a few sentences here, or even suggest names of the persons that you would like to act as reviewers. If you do that, please include their full name and their email addresses in this section so that the editor will receive all the necessary details. It's important to include these details so that the Groundwater Project staff can add them to the system and distribute your materials through the system for them to review. There are also other ways to be in communication with the editors on the OJS system later on as well. If you scroll down to the bottom, you will have to pick a role to submit as. You will select Author here because you're producing and sending your document to be reviewed by your colleagues. You will then need to select Yes to agree to the terms of the copyright statement and the privacy statement. What you're agreeing to here is that your data will be collected and stored. We anticipate that any information we have in the system here won't be used for any other means other than for the use of communication between editors, authors, and reviewers. Next, you can click Save and Continue. You will then arrive at the second step. A new window will pop up and you will have to select the component that applies for the document being uploaded. The options being Books, Figures, Exercises and Solutions, Publication Data, Status Update, and Case Study. For this example, we're going to go ahead and select Book. You may then drag and drop a file, or you can upload a file by clicking here. This is the step where you upload your draft book in docx format. That way reviewers can utilize track changes. Also, for review purposes, we ask that all figures and tables be embedded into one Word document, near where they are mentioned in the text. The exercises, reference lists, boxes, and exercise solutions should be included at the end of the file. It is best to name your file using the name of your book. For example, I have uploaded a file titled Groundwater Project. So we've selected the file and we can go ahead and select Continue. Now we arrive at the Review Details section. For example, you can rename your file here by selecting Edit, if necessary. And once you're satisfied, you can go ahead and select Continue. Next, you will arrive at the Confirm stage. If everything looks good, you can hit Complete. But if you have another file, such as a map or some illustrations that you'd like to add on a separate file, you can upload them here. We ask that your file be uploaded as a PNG file or a PowerPoint slide with 1 slide per figure. If you have several files to upload, be sure that each one is named in such a manner that those unfamiliar with your book will be able to understand the nature of the file. I'm going to go ahead and add a figure. And once that's done uploading, I'll go ahead and press Continue. Again, you will have to review the details for the figure being uploaded. Press Continue, and you can either confirm in this stage or add another file. But I'm going to go ahead and select Complete. So now with the second step complete, you will click Save and Continue. Now we've entered the third step, which is metadata. Here you'll be asked to enter the title. You can add a prefix if necessary, but we'll go ahead and add Groundwater Project. If you have any subtitle, you can add it here. Now this selection under Abstract is not mandatory. This next step is very important. You may not be the only author for your document, so if you're uploading a book that has co-authors, you would then add them here by selecting Add Contributor. If this is the case, it is important that you enter all of the authors and contributors to your book and their contact information so that they have access to the reviews provided and can see the status of the book. Contributors should have a first and last name listed, as well as a current email address. So I'm going to go ahead here and enter an example. And at the bottom here, you're going to want to select Author, where it says Contributors Role. And you want to make sure that the Include this contributor in Browse List is checked so that they are visible when editors go to find a book. And lastly, you want to determine if this author is to be the principal contact for editorial correspondence. If this is the case, then you would want to select the box here. If not, you can go ahead and press Save and continue. And as you can see, we now have 2 authors listed as contributors. And if you go ahead and scroll down to the bottom, and there should be a section for keywords, and you can apply any keywords that apply for your upload. So I'm going to go ahead and select Groundwater and Project. And once that's done, you can go ahead and select Save and Continue. Now your submission has been uploaded and it is ready to be sent. So you can go ahead and click the Finish Submission button here to confirm. A window will pop up that reads, "Are you sure you wish to submit this article to the journal?" You can just click OK here. Now that you have successfully uploaded your file to OJS, the Groundwater project editor should receive a notification that you have uploaded your submission. But you can also feel free to send them a message separately to ensure that they know the draft is ready, just in case something goes wrong with the automated messages from the system. Now, as you can see, we are in step 5, next steps. Here you can review the submission, you can create a new submission if you have another book or a case study, for example, or you can return to the dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and return to the dashboard. Now, as you can see, my uploaded file is now appearing in my dashboard. Thank you so much for following along.